Welcome to my first ever YouTube video. I'm super excited to be here and to introduce myself. So, my name is Dree. I am 30. I'm a true 90s baby. Real cuspy between the millennials and Gen Z, even though I think technically I'm categorized as millennial. But all that really means to me is that I grew up knowing what dial up internet is, and I had my first phone was a flip phone. And I know what it's like to have spent a significant amount of time outside as a kid without parental supervision. But then also, I grew up with Vines and Instagram Reels and TikTok and Facebook. I was in like the fourth or fifth grade when I secretly got my first Facebook. And I also remember MySpace as well. But anyway, by day, I am a recruiter. So I work in corporate. I am primarily remote, and I take a couple of trips out to the office per year for about a week or less. And my background is in higher education. So I have a master's degree in higher ed and transitioned into the recruiting space. I feel like on paper, my life seems pretty normal to the extent or like what people would think of when they think about a general American, I guess. So I would describe that as someone who has a stable job, is able to pay their bills, relatively unhealthy. Because I work a really sedentary job, I am feeling the impacts of working that sedentary job. And just because it is routine and predictable, that doesn't mean that I feel fulfilled in the work that I do. Sorry, not the work that I do, because I love the work that I do, but fulfilled in life as a whole. And so that's part of the reason why I'm creating this channel. So I am creating this channel to connect with the personal parts of my life. I really want to learn and grow as a creator and honestly as a person too. And I think that this is one way to form a community, especially after having worked remotely for so many years. There's a level of intentionality that is required to create the life that we want. And I feel like I've lost the plot and I want the plot back. So I want to share with you some of the things that I really enjoy, what you can anticipate seeing on this channel. And so to start, I brought some things. So I am someone that really enjoys journaling. So, like, here are quite a few of my journals from over the years. I'm not going to flip through pages because I feel like folk might try to um, stop and read some stuff. I don't know. But I have been journaling for a very long time. I think my first journal was maybe in the fourth or fifth grade that I actually finished. I still have some of like the notebooks from as early as second grade with me physically writing down stories as they came to me. So journaling and writing are things that are really significant for me and have been for a really long time. And so on this channel, you can anticipate seeing journaling content for me. So that might look like prompts, journal with me sessions, um, and other things as I get more and more ideas. I also have a Substack, and I'll link that below as well, where you'll also see some of my writing on there too. Another type of content that you can anticipate seeing from me is something that I do on a day-to-day basis, especially because I work remotely, is co-working. So if you're unfamiliar with what co-working is, it's basically um, working alongside someone else, which can boost productivity. I primarily do that virtually, where I have my camera faced toward me and my mic muted, and me and my friend, we just co-work together and get stuff done and then check in with each other, every 30, 45 minutes, maybe an hour, and kind of take a break. So on my Twitch channel, which I am also going to link below, I will be having some co-working streams, but those will primarily probably be outside of business hours because I really want to use that block of time to focus on the things that I want to build, which is attached to this YouTube channel. But then you can also anticipate seeing me talk a bit more about lifestyle and wellness things, for example. I practice meditation quite a bit. I enjoy yoga. I enjoy Pilates. And I have always disdained running and really hard cardio workouts. I think for me, that is definitely an area for growth. But I also want to recognize that I know that I have been sedentary for an extended period of time. And I do not want to injure myself. And I am someone that enjoys planning. I enjoy doing research. I enjoy doing things in a thoughtful, intentional way that will decrease suffering as much as possible. Like, suffering is inevitable, but if I can have just an inkling of control of how much I suffer through something, I'm gonna do that. And so you're also gonna see me on my own wellness journey here. I think to start, I'll probably focus on mobility and flexibility and strength to make sure that I don't injure myself. And then lastly, so I work as a recruiter in the finance space. And I do want to talk about what it looks like for me to budget my student loan journey, for example, because after 2 degrees, I have accumulated some debt, and also how I think about financing my life and really trying to avoid as much as possible lifestyle creep, even though I feel like the cost of everything is increasing. So expenses are creeping up nonetheless, but trying to be a bit more intentional about that. And then at some point, you know, life changes. I'm going to pivot, you're going to pivot, and change will come. And so I really just want this channel to be a space where I can document all the changes that I am experiencing in my life. So if you are someone where you're also kind of tired of the normal routine and you're in the process of making some significant changes in your life, I hope that you'll stick around here and we can learn, grow, and be courageous together. So with that, and be courageous together. So with that, I will see you in the next video.